Did you know that the most affluent individuals, guys, often accredit their success to a satisfaction mindset rather than just financial gain? I am fascinated by the differences in conversations between rich and poor people. Wealthiness, guys, in a more general sense, is not just about money. All right. While we often talk about people who are born into wealth or those who win the lottery, for example, or individuals, people who go viral on social media, the truth is that richness is not only defined by financial status, it's about mindset. It is being surrounded by the right people at the right time and learning different things beyond the average experience. So, even most people who are born into wealth and receive different forms of education have more advantage than a medium average person, guys, okay? But does that make them better or unique, perhaps? Absolutely not. Of course not. Each background has its pros and cons, of course. But it is interesting to observe how wealthy people differ in their mindset. So, today we're going to explore some of their secrets and bring these insights to people who start from scratch, like you guys, like us, helping us to gain advantages that can finally shift our lives for the better. Hmm? Hi, guys, my name is Fabio from Journey to Success and Welcome. In this episode, we will explore the secrets behind building a life of true fulfillment and the mindset regarding wealth, often ignored by us, since we think it is always about luck and family status. Well, it is not always like that. A certain type of behavior is typically familiar only to wealthy people who use this behavior to cultivate and improve their financial status. So the positive aspect is that many of these habits and strategies can be adopted from us, even if you have a limited financial resources. And that is what we're going to talk about today. But before to go forward, as always, please subscribe so I know this is the right direction to lead you guys, to drive you, to guide you towards your journey to success. And let's get started, all right? As always, let's get started. This is very, very beautiful episode. So many people who struggle to understand the wealth mindset pursue money thinking it will bring them happiness. And this, of course, is the first mistake. Because, they usually end up feeling empty and disappointed. Why is that? What is the reason? The reason is because it's not about the money itself. Money is just an asset. For example, when you buy a house, right? You get an asset that can be used in various ways. You can sell the house, you can rent it, you can make the party, you can destroy the house. And it is the same in this case. You can use money for good or bad things, to improve your mind, for example, or to fulfill your ego. But also, there is a lot to discuss here because in our modern era, you don't need to spend a fortune to receive a good educational wealth. Money can help anyway, for sure. For example, I was considering taking a life coaching course, and instead of spending $4,000 on a course from Tony Robbins, since maybe it's too much right now, my idea was just to register in one of the courses on Udemy for less than $50 or even as low as $9 with discounts. You know what I mean? Generally speaking, without looking at so many layers, right? The key point is that a significant amount of money can lead you to a different path in life in a shorter time, of course. But at the same time, meanwhile, you can make different choices that lead you anyway to the same path, even if in a different time age. Um, Another example, right? right now I'm also investing in copy trading. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I wish to invest $1,000 per month. Why? Because $1,000 per month is quite different from, let's say, investing $100 monthly over the long term. Do you see what I mean? Probably with $1,000 per month, I would reach a certain good amount in few years, while with $100 I would receive maybe the same amount in 10 or 15 years. So I can always unlock success, or the way I think about financial freedom. But the time, of course, can be different or not. It depends. As I say, there are different layers here. So let's continue. You can also be a benefactor. Let's say that you come from a low income background, right? So you might choose to help others. You can use money for better education for your children, more vacations, or in my case, to spend more time with my family, especially since I live in the Netherlands and they don't. So, as you can see, money can be used for so many good things. However, it's essential to recognize that money can also be misapplied. You can harm your body with it, or become extremely attached to your wealth, which can be dangerous to your mindset. You can buy material possession that can lead to satisfy your material satisfaction in a fast way, that eventually results in a feeling of emptiness. So this is why it's crucial to have the right mindset when it comes to money. It is an important asset that can only be controlled properly if you have a good mindset, right? So it is better to build wealth where your mindset is fulfilled, rather than just getting lucky, gaining money, and then spending all within a year because of an improper mindset. Think of it as a cycle. Let's call it like the mindset world cycle. I don't know. It's really a continuous loop that you can use to your advantage if you associate wealth with a good mindset. Hmm? Now, according to Chesea Fagan, the co-founder and CEO of the Financial Diet, here I show you 8 ways wealthy people differ from the rest of us. But the truth is that if you learn these 8 ways, regardless if you have money or not, these ways they're gonna put you in a good advantage and short your time to achieve your financial freedom. That's the reason I ask you to wait, because there are different layers here when we talk about how to build a life of true fulfillment base of of these secrets. Let's call it secrets. So let's start. 8 ways wealthy people differ from the rest of us. The first point is that they don't wait for approval, guys. From early childhood, we are taught to seek approval to pursue our desires, right, our dreams. But what happened then? Well, when we become adults, we believe we still require permission to pursue our inspirations, our dreams. Huh? And then we never do. But wealthy people differently can change their perspective from seeking permission to having control over what they want and how to achieve them. So they have a proper plan, a proper direction. I notice in the, let's say, poor people, in the medium average mindset, that one of the first obstacles is actually the lack of direction. I remember in my case, even if I knew how to be persistent, how to be consistent, how to be disciplined, etc., the truth is that I didn't have a proper plan. I didn't have I didn't know how to narrow my direction. The more you narrow your direction, the better you achieve your success, your financial freedom. Okay, this is my advice based of my experience. Number 2, money is not a bad thing. Generally, We believe that discussing money is a wrong thing, right? There is a fear that people might jinx your financial status or financial situation, or that money is naturally evil. I often hear my mom say, don't make too much money, it's not good. In Italian, of course. Non fare tanti soldi. But why? Why should money be considered something good or bad, right? Think about it. It's just paper or digital assets that can be used for both positive and negative purposes. So the truth is that the more we talk about money, the wider our understanding of wealth can become, particularly when we connect with people who have a better understanding of financial topics more than us. So let's talk about it with these people, okay? With the right people, of course. You might be surprised how much good can come from these discussions, guys. Number 3, wealthy people often seek help when they don't understand something. Consider this. If you discuss money with someone who has a medium average mindset, they listen at your conversation, all right? They up their shoulders and they go forward with their life as if nothing happens. Let me clarify, guys. I don't mean to indicate that these people are stupid, but more like that they are simply people who haven't been exposed to this financial world, all right? I come from a background where my mother, a housewife, decided to start work in Switzerland very late to support my father, a humble construction worker. When other people think about retirement, they're still working. So for them, the belief, the initial belief was that a better degree leads to a better job because they didn't know better and they only knew how to sacrifice themselves. And I'm so sorry about it. However, in my life, I've always seen things differently. I've noticed that the truth is a bit different. I've often been curious about how some people achieve great wealth regardless their education. How can Briatore, for example, an Italian entrepreneur with a just diploma, have a net worth right now of 400 millions? How is that possible? And also, I would like to talk about the concept that I say before about the time, right? Yes, of course, if you have a great mindset, let's say a great financial mindset, right? A great education, and that at the same time you have you have a great financial status, right? Of course, you can duplicate, triplicate, quadruplicate your money. Yeah, of course. But at the same time, if you don't have a great mindset in terms of financial situations, even if your financial status is good, then I tell you, anyway, there is going to be always a Briatore who starts from scratch, working as, I think he was working as a waiter or something like that, who can invest in some opportunity and makes more money than you. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but it's going to reach you, it's going to overcome you. Hey guys, just a quick break. Here at Journey to Success, I want to welcome you into something special, the Journey to Success Club. It's more than just a newsletter. You'll be part of the club. And when you subscribe for free, you'll be the first to know when new episodes are out. And you will also get extra inspiration to fuel your own journey. On the website, you will find inspiring insight designed to keep you motivated and moving forward every day. And if starting a podcast has ever been your dream, there is a premium section waiting for you, filled with guidance, tools, and strategies to help you make it real. Join us now at journeytosuccessclub.substack.com or just click the link in the description. We are in this together, guys. Now, back to the show. Hmm? The challenge is that when you're surrounded by people like I was, right? Like I'm still in a sense, because I'm still learning. It can be difficult to meet people with a wealth mindset. Of course, the moment you meet these people is the moment you speed up. So you have to actively looking around and interact with the right individuals. Hmm? And lastly, you will find yourself among people who possess knowledge about wealth and financial mindset. And this is going to be great, because you can finally understand how works this world. But let's say, even then, you may still feel uncertain about topics that no one taught you. Why? Because there is so much lack of knowledge between wealthy people and the people who want to learn how to become wealthy. So, my advice is that it's important to not be arrogant. Instead, be curious, guys. Ask questions. This enthusiasm to learn is what wealthy people do when they discover something they don't know. All right. Also between them, especially between them. In contrast, if you talk to someone with a medium average mindset about money, as I said before, they may simply listen to your conversation up the shoulders and continue with their lives. That's a huge difference. Okay. And of course, then you are not going to learn. And if you're not going to learn, then this gap between you that you want to become wealthy and the wealthy person becomes bigger, more big, bigger and bigger. Okay. Number four, their value is their time. So in general, I believe I learned more about money from Scrooge McDuck in Mickey Mouse than I did in school. In school, I didn't learn anything about money. No one learned anything about money, of course, because yeah, it's not convenient for this society. But this is not a conversation. Anyway, phrases like the early bird catch the worm emphasize the importance of starting your day with a focus on achieving success, but also the phrase, the famous phrase of Scrooge McDuck. Time is money. Time is money. In Italian was il tempo è denaro, and it really is. Time is money. It is true. Listen, I'm a gamer and I enjoy anime and TV series. I'm a little nerd. It's important to take breaks also, because always thinking about how to reach a certain level of mindset and wellness can be exhausting for your mind. So you need a break. I've noticed, guys, that being solely focused on making money or growing a business can be unhealthy, and it may consumes your entire energy in a day if you don't know, of course, how to handle it. So it is essential to recharge by engaging in your patience. We often talk about this, all right? Of course, there are period and period. Right now, I'm so busy. I don't even have time to go to the toilet in a while. I know that, but I try to maintain my energy to control it, to have a good mindset about it. But I also know that in a while I need to rest. In a while I need to recharge. All right, and there is nothing wrong on that. But but this is a big but. It is also important to know, to acknowledge that time is money and money is time. So the moment you stop actively pursuing your goals, guys, is when you realize that next month you will pay more for your electricity, because challenges are always waiting at your door, especially with these sad wars around. And there is not so much to do about it. Okay. Um, Wealthy individuals understand that every hour of their life has value. As Fagan says, they stick to that value while constantly trying to increase it. Mm? So, unfortunately, many of us do not adopt this mindset. So, my advice is, of course, time is money, money is time. Of course, your time is valuable. Acknowledge that. At the same time, take breaks, relax. You need that. You need to recharge. But acknowledge about the fact that this can slows you down. There is nothing wrong on that, especially if you can, uh, avoid burnout or feeling down. We don't want that because then you stop for real and it's going to be a disaster. So try to always maintain your level energy as the best as you can. Hmm? That's very important. But as I said, acknowledge, guys, that time is truly valuable. And as I said to you before, I'm a gamer. I like to watch anime, but sometimes I also have to understand the balance between my hobbies, my passions, and my other passion. That's the fact that I would like to navigate in financial freedom one day. All right. Number five, they speak the language of money. It is like that. There's nothing to say. When you talk about football with your neighbor who is passionate about the sport, you expect a dynamic conversation, maybe over a beer, where everything he says seems personal, as if he owns the team, the football team. If you discuss gaming with someone else, you could spend hours discussing the fact that Xbox is better than PlayStation or vice versa. However, conversations about money with someone who understands the topics tend to be calmer. A silent brainstorming session where both sides seek to learn from each other. Is the language of money has a different approach and manner of discussion. It's more calm. It's deeper. It's very very deep, and both the people are very careful to learn from each other. Number six, they understand that money is a long game. So people with this mindset understand that making money is a long game. People with a poor mindset often want to achieve wealth fastly. So they see rich people, with fancy cars and beautiful careers, and want the same for themselves as soon as possible. However, of course, it doesn't work that way. Okay, especially with the rise of social media, many believe they can become rich straight away. Also myself, maybe unconsciously years ago. It's not about that. It's not about having, I don't know, the right tools or desires. Yes, of course, the right tool is important. The desire is important. But it's more important the direction, the persistence, the discipline, the consistency. And most importantly, patience. You need to be patient, guys. All right. Patience is important, and direction is important. It's very important to not have a lack of direction. So wealthy individuals recognize that building wealth from scratch is a long-term work, and but also, let's be honest, if you consistently do the right things over time, between ups and down, of course, you will achieve your financial goals. You will achieve your dreams anyway. uh, in this podcast, I never talk properly about only financial goals. It's journey to success can be anything for everyone. Let's say in this contest, in this specific topic, we are talking about financial goals, right? But it can be anything else, of course. The truth is that you need to be patient, and we're not, but we should. As Vegan says, the choice is not between this $5 Starbucks that will make me happy, or this $5 in a sad bank account make me feel sad. The choice is between this $5 Starbucks today or the hundreds of dollars as the potential to become my retirement one day. See, we're talking about a long term game, because, of course, it's not about it's not about the present in a general sense, so you can buy now a $5 Starbucks. I don't even know what you can buy with $5 in Starbucks, but that's another argument. But you can also invest that $5 for a book who's gonna be impactful for your life, and it's gonna make hundreds and hundreds of maybe millions of dollars one day, but the point is that everyone has his choice, and any choice has consequences. So we don't have to cry about it. So as we said before, it's not about good and bad. It's more about being conscious of how you want to use your money, all right? Number 7, they outsource, guys, outsource. So many people, including myself, often believe they need to excel in everything to achieve their goals, right? For example, if you want to become a life coach, you might find yourself trying to run ads, build a website, a landing page, and learn copywriting to attract the right clients. However, these mindsets can be poor. The truth is that it is essential to focus on what you truly believe and what you are capable of. So, if you have a talent, work on improving it. If you lack a natural talent, but you are still passionate about it, invest the effort to develop a specific skill, master it, and make sure it becomes your talent through errors, ups and downs, and victories. And for anything else, outsource it, guys. You have to outsource. Do you really think that Tony Robbins, I don't know, or Grant Cardone are better at everything they do? Absolutely not. Of course not. They've mastered specific fields, and they delegate the rest to their team. Okay. Of course, we don't have their money. We know that. We are not wealthy. And that's the reason in the beginning you may need to handle some tasks or tools on your own, including challenges and success along the way, okay, that are not directly related to your field. And that is absolutely normal. It's normal, right? However, remember that one day you need to delegate, especially as you become busier and more influential in your life regarding what you do and your primary choice about which person you want to become one day. Number 8, they know the importance of recharging. Successful people also understand the importance of recharging. This is something I often struggle, but it is fundamental. If you don't take breaks, if you don't relax with friends, if you don't cultivate your passions, or even if you don't take a moment to look out the window, right, smile and go for a walk, you will end up stressed and empty, like a bottle with just a few drops of water left for your daily project. I tell you, the less you do, the more you do. So the more you accomplish. In the contrary, the more you do, the less you do. So the less effectively you perform. So it's better to work consistently for just 1 or 2 hours a day on your project rather than putting in a lot of hours over a few days or week, or to become, overwhelmed and do less over time until you reach burnout or you reach the end of your energy, a breaking point. So you have to understand that. Of course, we have our periods. Also, right now, myself, I'm very, very busy, as I said before. You also have to understand how to understand your energy level. But generally, it's important to recharge. Now, I want to hear from you. What mindset shift or new perspective about wealth are you starting to embrace? Drop a comment below and let's start a real conversation about transforming our relationship with money and fulfillment. If this episode spoke to you guys, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who's ready to rethink what is wealth, all right? Someone who is ready to grow their mindset and change their story. Following is great, so if you like to subscribe is good, but sharing is what sparks real change. So share it. Together we are going to build a beautiful community that learns, supports, and evolves. Thank you for listening to Journey to Success. Every step you take toward a richer mindset is a step closer to your fullest potential, guys. That's the true wealth. Appreciate you all. Until next time, stay mindful, stay curious, and keep growing into your best self. Cheers.